Hey everyone, been a week or so, 2 weeks since the last post. That's been due to something that happened in my family, which is why I haven't been posting. But this video is the exciting return of me after 2 weeks, I guess. 700 subscribers. I had 198 less than that. I had 134, I think it was, when I posted the sad reality of being a physical media collector. And in the month and a half since I posted that video, which I think is on 40,000 views at the moment, I have reached 700 subscribers. So thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Peace to you guys. Thank you so much. All the comments have been amazing, and all the people just pointing out the fucked up ceiling. Yes, I know the ceiling's fucked up. It's expensive to replace. And to the dickhead who said, why don't you get a part-time job to pay for it, and then said pathetic. Go fuck yourself. No. I already work full-time, and the ceiling's fine. It's not going to cave in. It's been like it for 20 years. The crack hasn't even moved. And yeah, so go fuck yourself, dickhead. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. So, yes, I'm back. New video. New idea. The idea basically being that when it comes to formats, you got the earliest days obviously being Betamax and VHS, then Laserdisc, then DVD, Blu-ray, and there was like some other smaller like formats. I think there was a DivX DVD which came in like CD cases and stuff, which didn't really take off. But thinking of formats, thinking of like what came after VHS, which was DVD, and how DVD still today I think is the highest. Well, it outsells Blu-ray and DVD as a format for movies. I think it's still outselling now. I think this year DVDs are still possibly outselling Blu-rays, because let's face it, Blu-ray 4K, it's a niche market now. It's not an average everyday consumer market for Blu-rays. They're like Disney aren't really releasing anything anymore. Warner Brothers now and then will release something. Paramount doesn't seem to make anything anymore. And Universal only ever release Fast and the Furious movies. So when you think about Blu-ray and 4K, you're only looking at the boutique labels like Arrow and Shout and Kino. So the big boys of the boutique era, or the boutique world, are the only ones that are really keeping physical media going. But I was thinking about the impact that DVD had and still has now as a format. Yes, I know you can get a lot of films on Blu-ray, on 4K, but astronomical prices to the point where like it costs too much money these days. I mean, if you look at stuff that Arrow have just announced, or they had announced, like £100 for the 4K Chucky set. I'm not going to spend £100 on a 4K Chucky set. Yeah, I know. I keep saying in every video that we need to keep buying physical media to keep it going. But no, I'm not paying £100 for a fucking Chucky set that's in 4K. I don't care if it's in 4K. I've got the triple Region 1 DVD of Child's Play 1, 2, Child's Play 3. I've got Bride of Chucky on Blu-ray. I've got Seed of Chucky on DVD somewhere. And I've got the Cult and the Curse of Chucky on Blu-ray, which I bought in CEX for £2 a pop. So I don't care about seeing... Whoa. That was weird. That wasn't supposed to happen. I don't really care about seeing Chucky on, Child's Play on 4K. I don't care. I don't really care about it. Same as the Friday the 13th movies. I don't give a shit about the Friday the 13th movies. I have them all on DVD. I have no inclination to upgrade them, to update them to Blu-ray or 4K and spend an astronomical amount of money on something that it's just going to sit on my shelf. But when I was thinking about DVDs, and how there's certain films that like I have in my collection that I wouldn't have had unless there was a DVD of it, and these might be some of these films you might be able to get on Blu-ray. I don't know. I've not really researched it, but these are just a few films that I have on DVD that I guess wouldn't necessarily be in my collection if it wasn't for this format. So I think the fact that a lot of people will shit on people who still buy DVDs instead of buying the new 4K of Titanic. Who gives a fuck about a 4K release of Titanic? Like, where's my Titanic? There's my Titanic. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need to see the 25th anniversary fucking stupid piece of shit James Cameron love story about a sinking ship in ultra 4K high definition with 1997 special effects. Why would I spend money on that? I mean, it's a decent movie. Am I going to watch it? Have I seen it since 1997? I've seen it once. I haven't watched it since I've had it on Blu-ray, but I've got it on Blu-ray because it's the kind of film that I thought would look pretty good in high definition when I bought that copy. But 4K for Titanic, no. 4K for The Abyss, yes. 4K for True Lies, yes. 4K for Aliens, absolutely yes, of course. You obviously want to see the 4K of Terminator. So James Cameron movies, you do need to see in a higher quality than normal. But Titanic, no. So you see, like, I've seen all these people on YouTube that are buying this massive collector's edition of Titanic on 4K, and I'm just like, you're wasting your fucking money. Absolute waste of money, that is. Why would you spend money on Titanic? It's not a great film. Yes, it might have won a ton of Oscars, but so did Return of the King, and that's an even better movie. So, yeah, no. So, what I was thinking, and as the format seems to be with these videos these days, is that I choose 5 movies, and I will talk about each movie and why they are, I don't know, significant in a way to me, I guess. So these are a few films that you can, I think maybe 1 or 2 of these you can get on Blu-ray, but you can only get them on an import Blu-ray. Now, living in the UK, we don't get anywhere near as many releases as the US does. Obviously, Kino Lorber just basically release anything under the sun. Shout Factory seem to release anything under the sun. Arrow Video, a UK company, has gone fuck you UK and started just putting out all these amazing releases in America, like Conan and the Warriors, and what else was there? There was something else as well. I can't remember what it was. And what did the UK get? It got another copy of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or 4K, a 4K re-release of Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. We've got it. We don't need another fucking copy of it. So these films aren't available on Blu-ray in the UK. So, well, maybe one is. I don't know. I haven't really looked. I think one of these definitely doesn't have a Blu-ray release because, to be honest with you, it's not a very good film, and I think it would cost way too much money to do a 4K transfer stroke scan of this film. That is the film Hard Justice. This is a David Bradley action film from like 1995, sorry. It's a complete rip-off. Well, the opening is a complete rip-off of John Woo's Hard Boiled, even the cover shot. It's a prison escape action movie. This is the Australian release. It's actually quite a fun movie. It's actually quite decent compared to some of the other well, not mid-90s, straight to DVD action movies. Yeah, this one's got some pretty cool staged action in it. It's got Yuji Okamoto from Karate Kid 2. Yes, Chosen. You played Chosen in Karate Kid 2, and he's in the Cobra Kai TV show as well. He's in this. David Bradley from Cyborg Cop. Let me grab Cyborg Cop. The amazing Cyborg Cop. Why the fuck do I own this? I love all the comments talking about Cyborg Cop. John Rhys Davis is in this as well. Why, Salah? Why? So yeah, David Bradley in Hard Justice. Now, the reason I picked this up was because of the cover and the fact that it was called Hard Justice. I think it's a fucking awesome title for a film. But the cover kind of sold me on this, and I watched it and it was alright. It was pretty good. It is what it is. It's a mid-90s low-budget action movie starring David Bradley. I'm not expecting Extraction 2 or fucking John Wick number 4. But this was pretty good. So like, I'm kind of glad that DVD exists, because I hold this movie in my hand, and this movie would never... Why would anyone put this out on Blu-ray? Why would anyone do a transfer? Why would anyone do a 4K restoration of a film called Hard Justice starring David Bradley? But for the amount of money that I paid for this, which I think was $3.99, I don't care. It's there. Blu-ray, DVD. Sorry, DVD is an amazing format. Yes, the quality doesn't look anywhere near as good as Blu-rays are on 4Ks, because we've been spoiled. But when DVD came out, everyone was just like, it looks so superior to VHS, which it was. We all know it was. So then another film that I think deserves a UK Blu-ray release is probably one of the better early 2000s live action adaptations of an animated film, and it's Josie and the Pussycats. This film fucking rocks, man. Rachel Lee Cook, Rosario Dawson, Tara Reid, Seth Green, who else is in it? Turk from Donald Faison, he's in it. Breckin Meyer's in it. This film's just fucking awesome. It's got a great soundtrack as well. It's funny. It's kind of Parker Posey's in this as well. It has this really cool sort of like kind of, so I don't know, there's a commentary on the music industry, which is pretty like spot on, and manufactured pop bands and stuff. But Josie and the Pussycats is fucking awesome, and if you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Great soundtrack as well. Music is written by, oh god, what's her name? She's the lead singer of Letters to Cleo, who did the cover of Cheap Trick's I Want You to Want Me at the end of 10 Things I Hate About You. She wrote pretty much all the songs in this, and they're awesome songs. There's one called Punk Rock Prom Queen, Spin Around, and the boy band in this is called De Jour, and they've got a song called Backdoor Lover, and it's hilarious. But this, I've never seen this on Blu-ray, and this DVD, if you can see, it's got a replay sticker on the back. I picked this up in Poundland on the off chance when I popped in for £1. I don't know why, but the spine has faded slightly. But the disc's spot on. There's nothing wrong with the disc. There's not even a mark on it. So, again, DVD. If it wasn't for DVD, I wouldn't own Josie and the Pussycats. An awesome early 2000s, like, parody, I guess, of the music industry, starring Rosario fucking Dawson and Rachel Lee Cook. Fuck Tara Reid. But yeah, cool movie, really cool movie. And if you can find a copy of Josie and the Pussycats, grab it, because it's great. Another film that hasn't had a release in the UK is a film directed by Rob Cohen, starring Jason Scott Lee. It is Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, which is supposedly based on Bruce Lee's life up to from his early days in Hong Kong, being taught under Ip Man and stuff, to him moving to the United States and opening up a dojo or a karate school, whatever it was. Coming up with the idea of Jeet Kune Do when he had broken his back. There's something about fighting a spirit. It's not entirely 100% accurate, but it's a cool movie nonetheless. It's got some great action sequences. Jason Scott Lee is very, very good as Bruce Lee. The direction by Rob Cohen's really good. Lauren Holly's pretty good in it as well. And it's a Universal film, but Universal have never released it on Blu-ray in the UK. So the DVD, which I picked up, I think I picked this up in Cash Gen. I don't know if you can see that, for £3. So for £3, I have Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, a great martial arts biopic. Next is a film which, again, I don't think has ever been released on Blu-ray. I know it's not had a Blu-ray release in the UK. It had one DVD release, and it is Supernova. This film is directed by someone called Thomas Lee. Thomas Lee is a non-existent human being. It was directed by Francis Ford Coppola and Walter Hill, who both wanted to take their names off due to production issues and script issues, and just technically not getting along with each other. Because I think Coppola was a producer on this originally. Sorry, I've been getting over a cold. Yeah, I think Walter Hill was more a director for hire on this film, and yeah, they just didn't get along very well. Great special effects as well. It's a pretty cool film, to be honest with you. I think it gets a bad rap for like the production issues that it received, but I know that I've got this now on DVD, and I can watch Supernova whenever I want. James Spader's awesome in everything. Angela Bassett's in it. Who else is in it? Peter Facinelli from so he's in a lot of things. He's probably more known for Twilight, but I knew him from a TV show that started in the very early 2000s, 2002, 2003, called Fastlane, which was an action TV show. I think it was produced by McG, but he's pretty good in this. Lou Diamond Phillips is in this. Robert Forster, the legendary Robert Forster from Jackie Brown and Alligator and Medium Cool. What else was he in? He was in Breaking Bad. He was the guy who got Walter out of, well, managed to get Walter away from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think he's in Better Call Saul as well. I think he's in the start of Better Call Saul. Again, he's like a fixer. He can get people, he can remove people who are in trouble with the law. But Robert fucking Forster is amazing in this. He's amazing in everything, and he's such a massively underrated actor. And he's sadly missed as well. But it's a cool movie, and it's on DVD. Like, without DVD, I wouldn't have Supernova. And I can watch Supernova whenever I want. Yeah, sure, the quality's not going to be like it would be on a Blu-ray or a 4K. But the DVD, now, in my hand, is watchable on my TV. And then the final one, again, this film has never had a UK Blu-ray release. This is, oh, it might have actually. I don't know. I've never seen it in the wild, but it's a Sony movie. It's released by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. I think it is a Columbia Pictures. It is a Columbia Pictures movie. Again, it's a Walter Hill movie, and it's Crossroads, starring Ralph Macchio. as a young guitar player who goes on the road with a legendary guitar player who teaches him how to play in a specific way, I guess. And there's a big riff off at the end between Ralph Macchio and what's his name? I can't remember his name. Very well-known guitarist, Joe Satriani, I think it is. Very cool movie. Ralph Macchio, Jamie Gertz, music by Ry Cooder, written and directed by Walter Hill. Well, it's actually it's written by John Fusco and directed by Walter Hill. Normally, it's everything's written by Walter Hill. Again, without DVD, this would not be in my hand. I would not be able to watch this. So, having Crossroads on a format that is still easily playable on anything from a cheap $32.99 DVD player from Amazon to a PlayStation 4, an Xbox 360, an Xbox Series X, an Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 5. Everything is playable on these consoles, Blu-ray players, 4K players. You can play these, and that's why I think you should not discount DVD as a format, because of the amount of films that got released on this format compared to what has been released on 4K and Blu-ray. It's just it's insane the amount of titles that you can get. So discounting the fact that people are still buying DVDs because there's an elitist attitude towards DVD buyers, even though all these physical media collectors are all talking about 4K and Blu-ray and blah, blah, blah. It's getting a 4K restoration, blah. We need to get this. We need this. We're owed this. No, you're not owed a fucking thing, mate. You're not owed a fucking thing. You have spent your money on a product. That's it. That's it, right? So you haven't really, you've supported an industry, I guess, but then if that industry didn't exist, you wouldn't support it. So why are you saying you deserve a 4K release of Titanic when you fucking don't, you knob? So yeah, I think like I said, these are all Blu-rays. I have a fuck ton of DVDs, and not all of them are in this room. There are a lot in storage. And yes, there are stuff that I don't watch. There is stuff that I've bought that I've never watched, and there's probably stuff on Blu-ray that I've bought that I haven't watched. Well, and there is definitely hundreds of stuff that I've bought on Blu-ray that I've never watched. But it's the fact that it's there when I do want to watch it. If I do fancy watching something like 15 Minutes, the Robert De Niro movie, it's up on the shelf. I can just watch that. It's on DVD. Like, I don't need the 4K version of it. Same with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. However, I would love a Blu-ray release. Well, I would love a Blu-ray special edition of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's a fucking awesome film. Shane Black is an incredible writer. Again, like, there's just so much. There's so many titles that you can pick up. For instance, I watched this the other night. This is Calamity Jane. This is a film from 1953, starring Doris Day. It is it's 97 minutes long. I was feeling ill. I wanted something nice and easy to watch. Calamity Jane. This looks amazing when you play it through an Xbox. This looks really, really good. Pretty in pink. Like, I know this is available on Blu-ray. And in fact, Calamity Jane's probably available on Blu-ray, but I have it on DVD. And again, play it through a Blu-ray player. It upscales the picture. And it looks alright. It looks fine. There are, however, some movies that do not look good when you play them through a Blu-ray player. Usually ones that aren't formatted correctly for widescreen, even though they've got like the black bars at the top and the bottom. They say original aspect ratio, but it's not formatted for a 16:9 television. It's formatted for a 4:3 television, but in widescreen. So there was a film I tried to watch the other night. I cannot remember what it was, but it was letterboxed, but it was in a 4:3 aspect ratio. It wasn't in the 16:9 or 2.351 aspect ratio, the original theatrical anamorphic like aspect ratio. So the picture quality is gonna look shit anyway. But the fact that these movies are here, I have physical copies of these movies on DVD. It just proves to me I don't think you should discount DVD as a format now because we have Blu-ray and 4K. Like, what's going to come after 4K, if anything does, unless 4K is the final version of movies that we're going to get on physical media. Who knows? It could go to 8K, although I think that would be fucking stupid because most films aren't shot. Well, all modern films are shot in a higher definition because they're shot digitally. Whereas all the older films that were shot on film would tend to be shot on between 16mm, 35mm, and 65mm, and projected at 70. So when they're shot on film, they're going to look better in a 4K remaster compared to a film that is shot in 4K. So taken, for instance, John Wick Chapter 4. That film looks incredible because it was digitally shot in 4K. So that's why the picture quality is amazing. Then when you look at something like Walter Hill's The Driver from 1978, if you look at a high definition transfer of that film looks incredible because 35mm film cleans up better than a 4K digital transfer. So the fact that these movies are available in a restored way on a physical format that is readily available. You can go into any charity shop, go into CEX, go into HMV. They still sell DVDs. So do me a favor, don't discount DVD as a format just because you get shiny things like Blu-ray and 4K. And don't think you're owed anything. You're not. You're not. If a company wants to release a film, they'll release it, regardless of whether or not you buy it. Because if there's a market there for the film, they will sell it to the next person. There's a line in The Simpsons where Homer has this thought where it says money can be exchanged for goods and services. That's what business is. That's what the 4Ks from Arrow and Kino and Shout and Eureka and 88 Films are. It's a business, man. It's a business. They release something, you pay for it. Money's being exchanged for goods and services. That's all it is. You're not owed a fucking thing. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I've talked, again, half an hour about DVDs and my voice is going. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Like I said, 700 subscribers is astronomically, just blows my mind at how amazing that is. So thank you very, very, very much. I'm going to end this on a sour note. On the 11th of December this year, my mother passed away, which is why I hadn't posted any videos. And I thought, you know what? She loved movies. She loved me talking about movies, so that's why I decided to do this video tonight and talk about these films. So in a way, I'm sort of dedicating this video to my mother, who did pass away. But this is going to be the last video now until after Christmas, which is in 2 days apparently, because it's the 22nd now. I've got 2 days left in work, so I'm going to bid you all a very merry Christmas. Have a fantastic New Year. Thank you so much for all the love and support and all the comments and all the subscriptions and stuff. I I may be on another podcast with Giza in January, possibly. So keep an eye out for that. And I'll probably, if not, I'll see you before the new year. But otherwise, I'll see you in the new year. So very Merry Christmas to all of you. And as usual, peace and love. I'm out.